faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mechanisms I see.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Bible study. Let's start from the very beginning. Could someone read from Genesis 1 for me?
I can. In the beginning, God created carbon and hydrogen, and molecules were without chirality, and isomers were upon the face of the earth. Then God said, "Let there be oxygen," and there was oxygen.
Excellent, thank you. So as you can see, God created many elements. But does anyone know what happens next?
The students were not treating the molecules according to the laws of chemistry, so God sent down a giant mechanism to destroy them.
Then the diatomic elements boarded the ark with the students so that they would be saved from the mechanisms, 2 by 2.
That is correct. The Old Testament is the story of students disobeying Ochem, then being punished by mechanism, then repenting. So, Zinke set the 10 commandments. Can anyone name a few of the commandments?
Number 1, please carbon above all other elements.
Number 2, never put more than 8 electrons in an octet. Number 3, always imitate and try to be like halogens.
Number 4, give priority to hydroxyl groups above all else.
Number 5, always do all the practice problems.
Number 6, as iron sharpens iron, so studying with classmates sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17.
So, now moving on. In the story of Esther, it says, "Perhaps this is the moment for which you've been created." What do you guys think this is referencing?
This is in reference to when a carbocation goes through a rearrangement and the charge is on a tertiary where it wants to be. That is the moment it was created for.
Next comes Psalms, which says, "In my distress I went to Dr. Zinke's office hours and he answered me."
I think this is applicable to my life because maybe if I go to Dr. Zinke's office hours, he will give us 2 drop quizzes because I really need them.
Amen.
I don't know if that's an appropriate use of the verse. I think you should just buy him a double espresso and beg on your knees for 2 drop quizzes.
Next comes Lamentations, which says, "How deserted lies the class, which was so full on the first day."
It also says, "He has besieged me and surrounded me with Newman's projections and Fisher projections."
But don't worry, Isaiah comes next with good news. "And those who hope in the Klein textbook will renew their skills. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will name compounds and not grow weary. They will show mechanisms and not faint."
I guess I should really start doing the practice problems if I want to study eternally in Ochem too. I mean, Dr. Zinke does give eternal studying to those who obey his commands.
And that brings the Old Testament to a conclusion, filled with the same old stories of miraculous electron movement and drawing structures. Now the New Testament comes with the birth of the mechanisms.
The New Testament starts with Matthew, which says, "In the same way, let a light shine through you before men, that they may see your optical purity and praise your Father in heaven."
The Gospels talk about sacrificial love. John 15:13 says, "Greater love knows none than this, that the beta hydrogen laid its life down for its friends."
Yes. Can anyone else give me an example of the sacrificial love shown in the Gospels?
I can. For Dr. Zinke so loved his Ochem students, he sent one of his best, Mary, so that whoever would go to her SI sessions would not fail but would have great test scores.
Wow, is this how we prepare for Judgment Day, December 6th, so that our GPAs don't go thrown into the lake of fire?
Yes, it is. And then we will have lots of letters written from students who got their white coats, who survived this class to give us advice on how we too can survive Judgment Day and escape the lakes of fire. Can you read a couple of the letters?
"But will you receive power when the understanding of Ochem comes on you, and you will be my witnesses in Ochem 1, Ochem 2, the MCAT, and to the ends of the earth."
And finally, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord and not for men.
Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face difficult practice problems of many kinds. James 1:2.
I can do all practice problems through him who gives me strength.
Philippians 4:13.
Colossians says, students, obey Ario when determining relative acid strength, for this pleases Dr. Zinke.
Wow, that is so great. Now, as we are wrapping it up, does anyone know the fruits of OCHEM?
I do. In Galatians 5:2 it says, for the addition reactions are hydrohalogenation, acid catalyzed hydration, oxymercuration demercuration, hydroboration oxidation, catalytic hydrogenation, halogenation, and halohydrin formation, anti-dihydroxylation, syn-dihydroxylation, and oxidative cleavage.
I think that you guys are almost ready for Judgment Day. Since you know all the fruits, let's just skip chapter 12. Now just remember, faith can move electrons, and in this case, resonance, which I'm sure you've all forgotten, shows us just remember, her sins, which are many, are forgiven. Good luck, guys. I'll see you next time at Bible study.
But wait, isn't Judgment Day going to be an ACS multiple choice test, which everyone fails and it lowers your grade 10 points?
Well, I guess my GPA is headed into the lake of fire after all.